Okay, the first card you've got for your past is this Page of Cups. Really funny, fun card. Okay, yeah, this is a really strong spread, actually. There's a lot of strength here. And my eyes just, I know I should be talking about the Page of Cups, but my eyes going right to the middle here, to the key card right in the centre, which is this beautiful Temperance card. Rising up, getting strong, healing. And, you know, it looks like that Temperance is rising up into the Emperor, which is a hugely strong card. So you're rising up, you're getting out of something. And, you know, you're moving up. It almost feels like you're moving out of an old life into a new one. Very profound, very strong with that in the middle there. So I just wanted to show you that. Yeah, this is what I'm getting in my head. This is what I'm getting in my head. No more rehearsals. This is the real thing. So it's almost like you've had the rehearsal of certain things in your life and the real thing's coming. The real thing is coming to you. Yeah, beautiful. I love that I saw that. Very, very strong for you. Okay, so now we'll talk about the Page of Cups. Hopefully we'll get more in depth with that later on. I really do, because it feels amazing for you. Okay, so with this Page of Cups, yeah, again, he's fun. He's a fun character. He's not the most mature character. You know, pages are students and he looks a bit like he's messing around. He's at the beach, you know, so he's playing around, having fun. So I think you've had someone around you, and yeah, a love connection, cups of love, obviously. So you've been around this love connection. And what I'm getting is, I'm getting lots of work being put in here, but I think you were the one that always had to put the work in, because they're coming up as this page, which is, you know, laid back, fun, not really taking things seriously. And you were taking things quite seriously as your love grew. And I think, you know, I think they were fun to be around. And as a Sagittarius, you love that. You're fun and, you know, you love adventure and things like that. And I think because you wanted to be with them, it was kind of like, well, okay, I'll go along with this. I won't push them. I don't want to push them away. I don't want to be intense. I don't want to be needy. So I'll just let this coast for a while. I'll just enjoy being with them. Every now and again, I think you kind of, you know, wanted to push things a little bit into something a little bit more serious. But then, you know, you'd pull back and say, no, I won't pressure them. I won't pressure them. But yeah, what happens is, of course, if you're with someone for a long time and you do have feelings for them, and you did, you know, your feelings grow. They don't stay the same. They keep on growing. And I think as that happened, you were really ready for more. It got to the stage where I think you were like, no, I can't keep messing around. I want to know if this is going to be serious, because I feel serious about this. And I want to know if you are. And if you're not, I can't keep going, even though I've got feelings. I can't keep going with this now. I've got no more time to waste. That's the kind of thing I'm getting from you. And also the thing is, you've really grown. What I'm seeing is, because I've seen this in your readings before, over the last year or two, you've really grown as a person. You've really matured. And again, you've got that Emperor up there. So you've really matured as a person. And I think you matured as well while you're in this relationship. You changed while you're in that relationship. And I think to you, it looked like you were moving ahead. You were maturing. You were getting more serious, or, you know, and they were staying the same. They were in the fun part, the fun stage, messing around. And yeah, they didn't want to go any deeper with you. That's what I'm seeing. Maybe they said that, but I think it was obvious to you that, you know, that, you know, they were on a different page to you. So yeah, I think you've moved on from this. Yeah, you have, definitely. You've moved on from this, because you've got the Nine of Wands where he's moving forwards. He's a little bit scared. You know, he's a little bit afraid of moving forward. So you might still be in the middle of getting through this, I think, or you might be on the tail end. But I think there's still some of this that you need to work through in your heart and your mind. And yeah, you've got the Eight of Cups as well, which is about moving away from a love situation. That's the literal interpretation of that card. So you've got those two there. So it looks like you've moved away. You've still got a little bit to get through emotionally. Okay, I just want to say this for someone. If that's you, you know, the fact that they didn't want to go any deeper with you, don't ever think that was a reflection on you. It's not. Never ever think that, because it feels like for you, you saw that lack of depth that they wanted as a personal rejection of you. It was like, no, they don't want to get serious with me. There's something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. And I just don't think they were ready for that kind of depth. And actually, it might be that they're with someone else now, because it feels as if they're moving ahead quite quickly. They've got that immature energy where, when you're, pages can be teenagers, and when you're a teenager, you have a short-lived relationship, then you go to another one, and it's not really all that serious. So I think with them, they have maybe moved on to someone else. But they're still not ready for love. They're still not ready for serious love. And I think the person they're with now, if they are with someone, they'll discover the same thing. That they're not looking for anything very deep, or they're not ready to be deep with anyone. So don't blame yourself. Don't ever think that's about you. And I just think if you had have stayed with them, you would have gotten more and more frustrated. And so you did the right thing now, because you really do not want to waste any more time on someone like that, even though it hurts you emotionally. I know it does. But on a practical level, you don't need that. So, okay, so with this Nine of Wands, this poor man, obviously he's got this bandage around his head, so he's been bruised, he's been in a war, he's a soldier, this man actually. So the other thing I'm getting here is, if you had have stayed with this person, you would have lost a lot of your confidence, You might not see that now, that you have already lost some, but I think looking back, you'll realise how much confidence you actually lost being around them. But yeah, you're getting yourself back again. Right next to this, you've got this Temperance card. So you are getting yourself back again. You're healing again. Okay, so I'll talk about the Eight of Cups now, because I'm getting a few different things there. So yeah, again, I'm seeing that lack of confidence in the Eight of Cups as well. So you are still getting through this. You are still working your way through this emotionally. So it might be a breakup that just happened recently, or it might be that you're still going through your emotions in this. And don't worry about how long that takes. It just takes however long it takes. Don't feel as if, oh, it's taking too long, I need to be over this. No, you're just going at your own pace, and whatever that pace is fine for you. You're an individual. But yeah, you can see this. He's walking away, this man, and he's kind of all hunched over. His back looks hunched over. And so, when people are standing up tall, standing up straight, they're full of confidence. So he hasn't quite got that. He's walked away, or he's walking away, but he's not at his most confident yet. So just know that that's going to come back to you, that confidence, if you still don't feel all that confident about yourself right now. Yeah, there's someone ahead of you, or up ahead for you, I should say. Yeah, that there's love up ahead for you. Okay, I don't know if you know who this is. I suspect that you might know who this is. I'm just hesitating because it feels like you do know who this is, actually. Yeah, there's someone up ahead for you. They've definitely got feelings for you. Absolutely. Absolutely, they've got feelings for you. So you do know them, or they do know you. They've got feelings for you. Yeah. And yeah, when you walked away from this person that wasn't taking things seriously, you walked away from a lot of old patterns, bad habits, bad things, bad ways of thinking. So all that bad energy you're walking away from, everything you're walking away from, and you're building your confidence up now, you're building all that up now, that's so that you can walk towards this new person. Because yeah, if you look at this man in the Eight of Cups, again, he's walking away from these cups, he's walking away from this water. It's all green, it's stagnant, it's kind of not really very fresh. So there's nothing fresh in this old relationship. And look where he's walking. He's walking toward a rock. So I think this new person that's coming up for you, I think this is going to be the one. Again, no more rehearsals. Your rock's coming up. That's what's coming up for you. Your rock is coming up for you. I'm seeing that really, really clearly. And look at where you've been. You can see this. There's a wall of cups here that this man's walking away from. And yeah, there's a space. There's one missing. I'll just move that up so you can see. There's a cup missing. There's a cup missing in the wall. And, let's say you tried to build a wall with a whole pile of bricks, and there was a brick missing in the middle. The whole thing would fall down. So if you had have stayed in that old situation, it would have fallen at some time anyway. So, I think you absolutely got out at the right time, and you did get out at the right time, because you're getting out at this time so that you can get your confidence back, so that you can grow, so that you can heal, so that you'll be ready for this new person, this beautiful rock that's up ahead for you at the right time for you. Yeah, it's so if you're in the depths of this right now, if you're still really, really down about this past relationship, just know that, yeah, that was a rehearsal. I keep on getting this rehearsal. That was a rehearsal. The rehearsal's over. The rehearsal's over. You're gearing up to the real thing now. You're preparing for the real thing now. Absolutely beautiful. And again, he's walking toward a rock. Your rock's coming. Your rock is coming. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Okay, so there's something else here for someone here. Yeah, this is specific, just warning you. Okay, there's a message coming up for you. Okay, how do I explain this? It feels a bit stressful, so there might be a bit of anxiety around this for you. It's a message that's coming in from someone you haven't heard from for a while. It's definitely not a love connection. This is something completely different. It feels like family, actually. It might even be a parent for some people, because I'm getting this feeling of you growing up, and you had someone around you who was supposed to take care of you, and they didn't really do that in the way that they should have. So yeah, they might have had some kind of addiction problem, or some kind of behaviour that wasn't good for them and for you, obviously, if you were a child under their care. And if you look at this card, he's walking away from these cups. So another interpretation of this card is walking away from drinking, or some kind of addictive behaviour, or something that isn't right for you. So I think that's what's happening here. And I think what's happening is they're moving away from that bad behaviour, or they're trying to do that. And I think what's going to happen is they're going to connect with you, and they're going to try and, strike up some kind of relationship with you again. This parent or this family member or whoever this is with you. And again, I'm getting this anxiety around this. So I think what's going to happen is you're going to be in two minds about this. Because on the one hand, I think, you do want to be close to them, because I think that's what you've always wanted. But on the other hand, they've been quite destructive in your life, this person. And so you might be thinking, well, I'm moving on. I'm the Temperance card now. I'm moving up out of all the old life, all the old behaviours, all the old things that were dragging me down. Do I want to open this up again? So follow your instincts. Definitely follow your instincts. Take your time and think about what you want to do yourself. If you want to open this up, that's fine. If you want to close off from them, that's also fine. If you want to take your time and just play things by ear, that's fine as well. But you've got to follow what you want to do. That's what I'm getting really clearly here with this. You've got to be your own person and follow what you want. I'm just getting this for someone. It's this feeling of being a child. I hope this is going to make sense to someone. It feels like you're a child, and when you were a child, you knew. It's like you had this person around you, this adult around you. Again, it might have been a parent, doesn't have to be, but they were supposed to take care of you, and you instinctively knew what was going on with them. They were trying to hide that from you. And you could feel what they were up to. You could feel something wasn't right, and they couldn't hide that from you. They couldn't. They tried to, but you knew, deep down you knew. And if this is resonating with you, what I'm getting is, when you hear from them this time as well, you'll get that same feeling as when you were a child. It's like you'll know whether they are actually getting over this problem, whether they're not, whether they're just saying that or not. You'll know right away, just like you did when you were a child. If that's you, you'll instinctively know. So absolutely follow your instincts, and then depending on how you feel, what you're picking up from that, then act on that. But also take your time. Don't try and decide this quickly. It's something that's a big thing, so you're going to have to take your time on that. But yeah, you're rising up now, so you don't want anything to get in the way of that. But this might be fine for you. This might be a good thing to kind of bond again with this person. It might help you. I don't know, but just be prepared for this message to come in if that's you, and you're going to have to make some decisions around that. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, the first card you've got for your present is this Emperor. So yeah, this is showing your growth. This is showing how much you've matured already. And again, as you get out of this emotional, thing that you're going through, when you're going through this breakup or whatever this is, you'll get stronger and stronger and more and more and more mature. So yeah, you're growing into this new phase, I should say, in your life, with this and the Temperance card right under this. You're growing. You're growing into more strength. And, sometimes that means having to let go of people. So I think you are letting go of a few people. And I think with this family member here that I'm getting, if that was you, you may or may not have to move on from them or not. But that depends on what happens when they speak to you. So same thing again. But what I'm getting here is it's this feeling of, I should be over this. I should be over this. Why aren't I over this yet? A little bit of impatience. And, so I think sometimes you're over this. Sometimes you're over this old love. And sometimes you go and you start thinking about it again. And you think, I'm still not over this yet. I'm still thinking about them. I'm tempted to talk to them again. That might be that for some people. So, I don't want to keep on going on about this because you are getting through this, whether you realise that or not. You're moving through this. You're getting out of this. But I just want to show you something here if you are tempted to ever go back. So yeah, you've matured so much more than this Axe. And you're at totally different stages in your life now. And I just want to show you these two cards next to each other. You've got the Page of Cups there on the left, and then you've got the Emperor. So look at the differences in maturity in these two. You're completely different pages in your life, or stages in your life, I should say. So, and do you think they're a good match, those two? What do you think? No, I don't think so. So if you're ever tempted to call them, talk to them, whatever, if you get, if it's in the middle of the night and you think, I've got my phone in my hand, should I do it? Picture those two cards together and just realise how much you've grown and how much you can keep on growing. If you don't go back there. That's for someone, not for everyone. I'm going to get cross-watchers angry with me, but that's what I'm saying. You can see that in those two cards there. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the Temperance card right in the middle now. Absolutely beautiful card. There's lots of healing here as well. So you are going through healing. So don't worry, you are getting through that. You've got all these daffodils on this card. Yeah, okay, this is probably going to sound a little bit strange, but with this person who's in front of you, this beautiful rock, this beautiful love connection that's there, and they're the one. They're the one. I know I'm sticking my neck out when I say that, but I think this is the one for you. This is not the rehearsal, this one that's coming up. You've been through the rehearsal. This is the real one. They're your rock. So what I'm getting here is in this Temperance card, they're getting over someone as well right now. They're getting over a bad relationship. So you're both in the same place. You're both in exactly the same place right now. And I think as you come together, you'll both be in the right place. You'll both be over it at the same time to be able to get together. So it's really beautiful. You're mirroring each other. I'm seeing that really, really clearly. And yeah, I'll have to say this as well. It's full on emotion and full on stability at the same time. And that's quite rare. Sometimes you have someone who's quite stable, but you don't have that emotion for them. It's a little bit boring sometimes. And sometimes you have the love and the emotion, but you don't have that stability. And that's what you had in this old relationship. But with this, you've got both. And I just want you to see this. Have a look at this angel here. So there's 1 foot in the water in this Temperance card. You can see that. And 1 foot on the rock. And, if you've got bare feet, just like this angel, you can really feel the rocks under your feet. You can feel that rock. You can feel the water. You can feel everything in bare feet. If you had shoes on, you wouldn't be able to feel that. So that's what that's showing you. You're going to be able to really feel the stability, and you're going to be able to feel the emotion at the same time. Really feel it. Really feel this for real. And you thought you were in love before. It's nothing compared to this. That's the rehearsal once again. I don't want to keep saying that, but so yeah, there's healing that has to happen on both sides first, because you're both going through a similar thing. That's what I'm getting. And the thing is, you might not want to hear this right now, but what I'm getting in this Temperance card is you had to go through that pain, you had to go through that experience so that you could experience and truly appreciate this love that's coming up for you. So that's what I'm getting in that Temperance card as well. And you probably won't realise that now if you're still going through the worst of this, and you might not realise that until later on when you're truly with this person. When you're right next to them, they're with you, you'll look back and you'll say, yes, actually, that was a rehearsal. That was a rehearsal, and I had to go through that pain to get to where I am now. So that's what I'm seeing there. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this Fool right down the bottom here now. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay. Right, so yeah, it feels like a crossroads here. It feels like a crossroads. And yeah, I'm getting work, I'm getting money, business, something like that for someone here. So, because I'm looking at this Fool, and I'm looking at the Seven of Pentacles right next to that. So there's a sequence with those two there. And that's the crossroads you're in. Should I go for the stability? Should I go for something exciting? That's what I'm getting with those two, the Fool and the Seven of Pentacles. So what I'm getting here, I'm just looking at the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, it looks like you're slowly building up your money, like this man, that's what he's doing, literally growing his money, stacking his coins up. So it feels like that's what you've been doing. And it feels very, very stable. So you probably have some kind of stable job, some kind of stable position now, finally, that you're in now. And you're starting to save and all that. That's what I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm saying finally because it feels like you had a lot of instability in your life when it comes to work and money and things like that. I actually think when you were growing up, there was a time where your family had money. This is what I'm getting, and you lost money. So it's like you had everything you needed and then you lost everything you needed. Now, yeah, it might have been when you were a child growing up, or it might have been older, when you're older, but I am getting that loss there. So whenever that was, to me, it feels like you've never forgotten the feeling of that. And so I think that's why a part of you wants to hang on to this work or whatever this is. But then you've got this other part of you, and as a Sagittarius, you're so adventurous. You like new adventures, you like new challenges and things like that. So there's this other part of you that's like the Fool, and you're thinking, oh, I've got this great business idea. I want to go and do this. It feels really exciting. So that's the crossroads I'm getting between these two. So if that's you, try not to think about this in terms of all or nothing, because you can still keep this job or do whatever this stable thing is and still save and do all that, and you can branch out on the side. And I really want to encourage you to do that, actually, because I think doing both, it's going to give you that sense of adventure that you're really craving, but also you'll be able to keep that stability. And then when you build that business up or whatever that is, you can stand back and say, well, let's make a real decision here. How is that working for me? Can I move out of my job yet? But that's not a decision for now. So start it now, start it on a small scale if that's you. And yeah, go for it, because it'll really work out for you if you do try this eventually. It's going to take time, I can see that. But I would say, yeah, absolutely go for this. Start small, keep your job if that's you, and then just keep on working on those two things, and later on look back and say, okay, so where do I want to go? Maybe give it a year,